Well, now that we finally have the backstory of when Setsu was summoned to this world for the first time, lo and behold, we were right all along. And boy, do I love being right. I hypothesized that maybe Tomo was summoned with Setsu, and that is correct. Tomo was brought to this world at the exact same time Setsu was, and they ended up kind of making a promise. I mean, it's kind of Setsu trying to help Tomo get over his fears. And he was kind of telling him, hey, we're going to work together. Hey, I'm going to make sure I protect you. Let's try to save this world together. We are cut from the same cloth. No one else is going to think like us because we were brought into this world. So we are going to come out and be on top. And let's meet again when we're great heroes. That's pretty much the promise they made together. And like I said, it was more of Setsu trying to ease Tomo's fears because, you know, he's brought to this strange world and he was afraid and stuff. So Setsu sets off first. He's like, all right, I've gotten skilled. I'm ready. I'm setting off first and, you know, we'll meet again in the future. Well, again, several things happen that basically changes that. Tomo does become a great hero. He's known as the Silver Knight. And to his enemies, he's known as the Silver Devil. But regardless, he's actually a very skilled warrior, and he's able to hack and slash and destroy a lot of the enemies that they were at war with. But he finds this apparently evil piece of jewelry that's talking to him. And like any one of us, be like, yeah, I'm definitely going to put that on. But guess what he does? He listens to it, and of course the jewelry's like, yeah, I can grant your every wish, your heart's desire. I can tell what you really, 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 really want, and I'm gonna help you get it. And of course his desire is Setsu. He looks up to Setsu, he wants Setsu to notice him. Basically, a big old notice me senpai deal going on here. And senpai isn't really noticing him. So guess what? He accepts the jewelry. And I thought he was going to put it around his neck, but he ends up putting it on his sword. And lo and behold, Setsu ends up saving the day and bringing peace to the world. Well, that just makes Tomo jealous because Tomo is like, I thought we would do this together. And you went off and did this yourself. And yet, and still, he's like, all right, well, fine. Let's go back home. And Setsu's like, I'm good, man. I don't need to go back home. I got an awesome gig going on here. I want to see more of this world, which I don't blame him. He went around, he's met all kinds of waifus and literally has this huge harem going on and like has all these actual friends and stuff. So he's like, screw that noise, I'm staying here. Well, Tomo doesn't like that. And so Tomo goes off the deep end, essentially, because one, the jewelry's talking to him, and two, through the jewelry, it kind of changes his line of thinking and the way that he perceives Setsu and everything's going on. Because now Tomo believes that if he wants to be with Setsu and have them both work together, whether it's like of a friendship or more, just basically a strong relationship with Setsu, now he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna kill everyone. I'm gonna kill the beasts, I'm gonna kill the humans, I'm gonna kill the demons. If I just kill everyone in this world, then you have no distractions to come home with me or, you know, live in this world, whatever you want to do, it'll just be the two of us. So this is where he gets the idea of basically being evil. And thanks to the jewelry, it kind of amplifies that. And in this struggle, there's a huge explosion. And this is where Setsu goes back home. I mean, technically he goes back to Earth as we know it. And he gets isekai'd from this world back to another body in the real world. And while that happens to Setsu, Tomo actually stays in this world. And Tomo's injured, not gravely injured, but he's really injured and ends up finding other people his four generals, if you will, he finds some other people that are distressed. They've been experimented on, attacked, that all kinds of craziness happening to them. And to them, Tomo's their savior. And so Tomo's using them to be like, you know what? The world has done us wrong, so we're gonna do the world wrong. And thus, that's how Tomo has his army to take on everyone. So now we have the backstory. Now we have the information we need to know where this is all coming from. And I don't know if destroying that jewel will technically change Tomo back to normal, per se. There's no way to tell for sure. And Setsu doesn't even realize that he's been corrupted by said jewelry. I would imagine that destroying it will help. And of course, we have this, as you can see, all these ships and this army he has, along with his generals on top of things, to attack literally everyone, the demons, the animal kingdom, and the human world. I mean, I don't blame Setsu, because the fact of the matter is, he hasn't really altogether forgot about Tomo when they were first starting off, but Setsu started to live his own life and get more friends. And so he was still friendly to Tomo, but Tomo didn't see him with that close relationship like they had when they were isolated day one. So now Tomo's doing all of this just to get Setsu back. And yes, like I said last time, he is being very yandere here, and he's going to the extreme, and of course the jewel's not helping. I'm imagining that in the last 3 episodes, this is where the war is going to come down, and where the battle's going to come down between Setsu and Tomo. I don't know if it's going to be like this is going to be the finale of the whole series, or if they're going to try to do a whole nother season, but I'm glad that they did fill us in with this episode, because I've been asking for this since the beginning, but now we got it, and everything's laid out to bear. We'll see what happens between Tomo's army versus Setsu's harem. It was actually pretty funny seeing Setsu with his harem, everyone winning the day the first go around. Let's see what happens the second go around. Like this right now, this was part 1, harem part 1. Harem part 2 is even bigger. But yes, let me know what you guys think. And like the video, and make sure you guys subscribe for more, because we're closing in on the last few episodes of this season, and I'm looking forward to more of this. So we'll definitely be reviewing more of this show and others. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys around in the future. Bye-bye for now. Make sure to check out the extra content on our Patreon page, and thanks to our current patrons.
This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.